When was the moment you realized that your best friend wasn't your best friend? When she told me she doesn't like other girls except me cause she likes to be the prettiest girl in the room. She's in for a fun life. Yeah, that was about 15 years ago. As far as I know, she's still single with very few friends. When he posted wedding photos on Facebook, I didn't know he was dating anyone. Oof, that's harsh. Not even invited to. When he took credit for something I did and then talked shit behind my back saying I didn't do any of the work. When he ghosted me after I told him I had a tumor that ended up being cancerous. Do you still have it or are you cured? If you still have it, good luck. I hope you heal. Thank you. Fortunately, it's been over 5 years post-treatment without any sign of recurrence. God bless you. I hope it will never come back. I appreciate it. Stay strong. Our conversations were getting shorter and less intriguing. One day, I received great news and wanted to share it to my best friend. I then realized that they deleted and blocked me on Facebook. Damn man. While they were driving, everyone decided they wanted to party. No one had money, so they suggested they should call Vava as he always has money. I was sitting in the back seat. I was like, I'm right here and I'm not in the mood to party tonight. When she got shit-faced drunk at my her godson's, wedding, trashed a hotel room, called me horrible names and punched me closed fist in the face. She ended up passed out on the grounds of the hotel, came to and was arrested for trespassing because she refused to leave the premises. Days later, via email, blaming me because she didn't realize she was harboring so much animosity towards me. Bye bye. When I found out she was sleeping with my boyfriend, fucking bitch. Clearly she was a fucking bitch. When they would talk about themselves but never ask about me, this can be a tricky one, especially if you're an introvert. It can seem like a full relationship because you learn so much about them, but later you finally realize they don't know a thing about you because they never ask or have to go when you start talking about yourself. Sucks to realize it. Best friends for a couple of years. We were in different classes. I wrote her a message that I'd be on my way to her. When I arrived, she forgot to alt-tab the chat window with someone else making fun of me at the worst possible way. At that time she was my only friend. Was tough to have no friends after that for a long time. This might not sound like a lot, but I think that scared me and I'm still struggling making friends. When she told me my husband and I would make hideous babies because red-headed babies are the ugliest thing she has ever seen. She also locked me out of our hotel 4 hours from home with no way home at 3 AM that same day after an argument over her saying my husband kills people for a living. He's a chemist who works on developing chemotherapy. That was the last time I've spoken to her. 4 years ago. Such a jealous woman. Best friend of 15 years. It all unraveled the night he told my cousin to kill herself, tried to start a fight with multiple people at my house, and flipped off my mom. My best friend of high school, someone who I thought would be in my life for a long time, started to hit on a girl that I was talking to. He would lie about me to change her opinion of me, and the best part is he never admitted to a thing. Maybe not that bad, but I felt really betrayed. Feeling betrayed is a side effect of betrayal. When I opened up to her about my postpartum depression and she told me that she didn't have time for depression and it was weak. I was never vulnerable with her, but I was dying inside. I needed someone and she had told me she didn't care. I began shutting her out then. Every time she called me I would have to poop. Literally the sound of her voice would make my body want to expel waste, and this was before cell phones, so I had to do the poop dance in the hallway while trying to get off the phone with her. When I invited her to hang out with me at the nearby lake for my birthday, she said she would get back to me. She never did. Instead, she posted on her Snapchat story about how much fun she was having with her other friends. I stopped talking to her after that. When he didn't invite me to his birthday party, I went over to drop off a present, thinking he wasn't having a party, hadn't mentioned anything at school, and found him with his better friends. She started dating my rapist. That's messed up. When she invited me out to dinner as a Christmas gift, and then when the check was dropped, told me she actually couldn't treat because she had impulse bought her shitty boyfriend a plane ticket when she was drunk the evening before and therefore didn't have the money, among other things. But this was the moment when I was really like, wow, my friendship means nothing to her. He was best man at my wedding. We had not much contact for a couple of years, but I still considered him my best friend. I heard about his wedding well after the fact. Guess we are not best friends anymore. I have a group of friends from college. We did our student teaching together and we were close. A few years later, I invited them to my wedding and most of them came and had a good time. At this point, almost all of them are engaged or married. Guess how many weddings I've been invited to? 0. It fucking hurts. I have lived within 2 hours of him for the last 6 years and he has never come to visit me. Always me visiting him. Last straw had a huge July 4th BBQ and invited him and he declined so he could go to a lake with strangers. Fuck you, Rick. After she told me my sexual assault was my fault, I ended that 5-year friendship right then and there. When he started spreading rumors that I was a fuckboy that was going to shoot up the school despite me never having a girlfriend at that point and am extremely non-violent. Stop following me around, I don't even know you. Not my best friend but an ex-friend of mine. Your best friend doesn't have depression. She just has those awful thoughts because she watches horror movies. Best friend of 7 years fell in love with my fiance when I told him I didn't want to be friends anymore and kicked him out of my life. My fiance left me for him. I'll be honest, I wanted to kill him and almost did. Ordering me to help her with stuff, and there was once my 2 friends and I ordered drinks. Friend A forgot to get a straw. My best friend, which is friend B, just took my straw and passed to friend A and asked me to go and get another one for myself. I was so heartbroken. My best friend was always complaining and making everything about herself. I met my boyfriend and moved cities so we could be together. Only after a while did I realize that I was feeling so relieved to stop catering to her needs. When all the conversations had to be started by me, when I called him out on it his excuse was I'm very busy. Fuck dude, like the rest of us aren't. A text now and then won't kill you. Telling his brother after I had called to talk for a bit like we always did. I told you to say I'm not home if Pootis pants are here called. Was upset but it also clued me in to not waste time on that person anymore. Just told him not to worry and that I would talk to him later. Never did. Just left it at that. I gave this person way too many chances when she would only have me come over so she could go to a concert because her parents liked me and let us go out. She stopped talking to me for a while but hit me because she was applying for a job and needed clean urine. We stopped talking again. Then she would call me to tell me she needed food and money for her son. And then bought drugs. I stopped helping her and she's no longer my best friend but I listen when she needs to talk and having a hard time. Dinner, man. That really sucks. I don't hate her, but I've set boundaries. I really hope she gets her life together. In our final year of university, after having a nearly identical schedule for our first 3 years, we took different electives to finish up our degree. Since we weren't seeing each other every day, we talked less and less. It's not just on him. I didn't do enough either, but it kinda sucked realizing that our friendship wasn't going to last up to graduation, and obviously afterwards as well. My co-worker was my best friend, then she became my boss. When I visited my friend of 25 years, Bestman, etc., he got violently drunk and attempted to strangle me in front of his screaming family while I begged for life and that my daughters would not be orphans because I didn't want to be grabbed. This happened 14 hours ago. Fun times. He was asking for help from my other friends in school for a problem on his computer work. They suggested why not ask me for help since I sat next to him in class and then replied, I'm not asking him, he's fucking stupid, while I was right near him printing stuff out. I was so surprised I just pretended I didn't hear anything and went back to my desk. Didn't speak to him for a while after that. When he just stopped hanging out with me or talking to me and hung out with all the cool kids instead. Haven't had a friend since. He was my only friend. When she told me she didn't want to hang out because my toddler took up too much of my time and I was boring. Then she got knocked up and came to me crying about how hard everything is gonna be now that she's single and pregnant. When I woke up from a coma and realized they outed my sexuality to my family while I was on life support. She was the only person I had told about being sexually assaulted. When it eventually got out that there were other victims and I went to court, she refused to testify, stayed friends with my abuser, and lied to people and said that I hadn't told her anything. I'm still too chicken to completely cut her off, but fuck that. Sent a dick pic to my girlfriend, and when she called him out on his douchebaggery he replied with, "You Narxilius doesn't have to know." Spoiler alert, I know. My senior year of high school, when the group of friends had inside jokes about me, they made a game of mentioning these jokes in front of me. When it finally got out, I pretty much never talked to them again. After graduation, never seen again. When they said that I'm not funny and never have been, they said they only laughed at my jokes out of pity. They then said that no girl would ever like me and that I'm annoying. The thing about girls didn't hurt that bad, but for some reason by them saying I wasn't funny really hurt. This was after 3 years of being best friends. Was gonna make a throwaway, but F that. Last year, he was in my town and ran into my son at a local store. My son, does my dad know you are in town? Guy, no, he's an asshole. Now, I may be an asshole, but an asshole down a best friend now. You have been visited by the happy husky. Like the video and you will experience happiness within the next 24 hours.